What's that? That's what will be good enough for now. I might do a little bit more on that later. Today's lesson is called Factoring Trinomials. And I want okay, so here we go, folks. Today's lesson is going to be part one of a two-part lesson. Part two is going to be Monday after March break. Okay, because I want to do it so that I don't want you guys to forget this. I'll do all the powerful things. Factoring, this is one of the most fundamentally important parts of grade 10 math. Okay, I say this every day, but this is actually tremendously important. Okay, so I'm going to pick 3 questions here. I'd like you guys to follow these out for me, please. Okay, so I'm going to like you to take the next 10 seconds of your lives and FOIL those out. Because what we're going to do today is we're going to do the opposite of FOILing. So we're going to work forwards first, and we're going to try and find a way we can work backwards. All right, that's what we're going to try and do here, okay? So take a second. Brave soul named... What's wrong with me today? I decided to fall down the stairs. Maya, can you show up your FOILing skills, please? Go ahead.
X squared.
Yeah.
Plus 4x.
Yeah.
Plus 3x.
Yeah. Great. Okay, so how she did that, I'm not going to draw the bird today, right? But x times x times, well, actually I will draw the bird. And he's going to have an afro. He's the high top. Okay. Spencer. Keep leading this up here. Shower cap. Spencer, can you finish this one up, please?
X squared plus 7x plus 4.
Great. All right, Noah, can you do the same thing for letter B, please? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, careful. 2x, it's like the 2x, yeah. Okay. All right, Lindsay, can you neaten that up, please?
X squared plus 7x plus 16.
Great. All right, Calvin, can you do the last one, please? Great. All right, Megan, can you neaten that up, please?
X squared plus 13.
Okay, I'm going to let you think for a second. I'm going to do a little bit of a note, but I want to let you think for a second. How we can find a way to get from the bottom to the top. How can you get from x squared plus 13x plus 30 to x plus 3x plus 10? There is a way. Okay, but we'll think about that as I write the bit of the note here. I just want to do a little sentence. Okay? So we're going to say factoring is the opposite of FOILing. Why would you want to factor something? Why would you want something in factor form? Yeah, go ahead. The graphic, definitely. What else does it give? Graphic is one, definitely. But what does factor form give you very easily?
Point.
Go ahead to point to what specific points? X-intercepts, right? And this will give you X-intercepts, right? And right now we're just dealing with sort of arbitrary X-intercepts. We'll show you in the next little bit how to solve problems and all that stuff. Okay, so let's just ask for volunteer. How can we get from x squared plus 7x plus 12 to x plus 3x plus 4? How can we do that? Yeah, go ahead.
Like 30x. They go like the breath.
No, what I just want is just in English. How do you get from the bottom? How do you go from 12 and 7 to x plus 3 and x plus 4? How do we do that?
Would you like subtract and divide?
Sort of like subtraction divide, but opposite. Okay. So what you're going to do is we're looking for numbers. So for x squared plus bx plus c. We look for two numbers that multiply to c and add to b. So what we're going to be doing is we're looking for two numbers that multiply to the plain number and add to the coefficient of the x. Now you're probably saying, this looks weird. If you remember yesterday when I gave you 48, and I said, let's find out all the different ways you can times to get 48, and you probably thought to yourself, the name is Luke. I don't know when I would ever need to use that. Well, today's the day. Okay? All right, for this. So if you look at this number right here, if you look at 12 and 7, the only way you can times to get 12 are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So 3 plus 4 is 7, so 3 and 4. If you look at this one, 16, we have 4 times 4 and 2 times 8. Well, 2 times 8 is 16, 2 plus 8 is 10, 2 plus 8. Same thing here, 30, I see 5 and 6, I see 10 and 3. 5 times 6 is 30, but 5 plus 6 is only 11. 10 times 3 is 30, 10 plus 3 is 13, so it goes like that. Okay, we'll go through it here today to make sure it's good. This is like a wonderful, magical, mathematical matching game. That's wonderful if I haven't said that enough. You guys don't look impressed. You will be impressed, Cassidy. Do not worry. She's not convinced. That's okay. Here we go. So example 1. We're going to say factor. Say x squared plus 14x plus 24. Now, there is a shortcut method. I do not want you using the shortcut method. So if you and your friends learn a quick way to do this, I do not want you to do that because it only works with x squared when we get to future things. So can somebody tell me what we're looking to multiply to and what we're looking to add to? What are we looking to multiply to? 24. So I'm going to write here M24. Can somebody tell me where Cassie got the 24 from? Okay, it's August. Let me just shout it out. 24 in the equation, just like the plus 24 is going to be that. What are we adding to get? Adding to get what? 14. Now, there will be some people in this class. They'll just look at that and say, obviously the numbers are this and this. Not everyone's like that. So I'm going to show you the way to write out all the factors. Not everyone needs to do this. Okay? So what I'm going to say is the different ways we can multiply to get 24. We're going to do this just like we did yesterday. 1 times what is going to give you 24? 24. 2 times what gives you 24? 3 times what gives you 24? Okay, that was too slow. I hope you know the 3 times table. 4 times what gives you 24? Good. 5 times what gives you 24? Nothing. 6 times 4, that cancels out because that's the same. So what I did is I quickly wrote out all the factors of 24. If you don't know where I got those from, what I just did was I divided 24 by 1 in my head, then divided by 2, then divided by 3, then divided by 4. Which one of those numbers, when added together, will give you 14? 2 and 12. Okay. Some people, hold on guys, please. Some people will instantly be able to look at that and say, well, it's 2 and 12. Not everyone can. Now, there is a shortcut method. I'm not going to do that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to change 14x into 2x plus 12x, then factor again. So I'm going to write this as x squared plus 2x plus 12x plus 24. I haven't actually changed the question because 2 plus 12 is still 14. Okay? Now this should start to look familiar. Karina, this should look familiar. What does that question sort of look like?
Like the near the end of one.
Yeah, okay. It looks like near the end of 4. Like it also looks like this sort of thing here too, right? This symbol. It looks very, very much like this example here. So, Karina, you're not going to be done yet, but you'll be done soon. I'm going to put a little dotted line down the middle of the page. Can you tell me, please, for x squared and 2x, what both those can be divided by? X, good. What's going to be left inside the brackets?
One would be X.
Good. Great. Wonderful, tremendous, awesome. All right, Desiree, you're up. On the right-hand side, what can 12x and 24 both be divided by? Oh, what's left inside the brackets? Sorry? Okay, well, 12 times what gives you 12x? It's going to be x. And then 12 times what gives you 24? 2. So x plus 2. Now again, I know the two girls there factor this properly. How can I tell looking at that this is looking good for me?
Is the two brackets.
The two brackets have to be the same. Natalie, can you finish this up?
X plus 2 bracket X.
Good. Now, you may have learned from your parents or your friends that there's a quick way to do this. I want you to use my method for right now because it's good practice with common factoring and everything else. Yes?
Could you get the 14 X?
Okay, so what I just did was I took this 14x, and this is called decomposition. I just changed it into 2 plus 12. This 2 plus 12 is the same as 14. I got the 2 plus 12 from right here, right? That's where I got the 2 plus 12. Okay, so split it apart. Yes?
Matter. X plus 2 isn't X plus 12.
Yeah, if you do x plus 12 bracket x plus 2, that's fine as well. Okay? I'll give you one of these to try for yourselves. Yes, question mark?
What is
What? There is no quick way. We gotta say it. There is no quick way.
Wait, I have a question.
Yes.
What's the, I don't get the last part.
Okay, so what we did here, this is just like from our warm here, okay, up to here.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just like in our warm, right? If you have an x plus 2, you're going to take those out from both of them, and then you're left with x plus 12. Right, so the way I try and explain this is I do this sort of thing. Okay, if that was it, you'd take out a y, and you'd be left with x plus 12, right?
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, but instead of being a y in both of them, there's an x plus 2 in front of both of them. So it looks scary because there's 2 sets of brackets, right? But that's all it is, okay? Okay, as you get more comfortable, you guys will be fine. This is scary the first time you see it. Yes?
How did you get the X squared and the 24 either side? How did that come?
What happened? Oh, so what I just did was I just took this. I started with this equation here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it says x squared plus 14x plus 24. This is equivalent to this. They mean the same thing, right? Because all I did was I split the 14 into 2 plus 12, right? And again, the x squared is the same as 24. You know that?
What's the M and the A there?
The m is going to be multiplying that. So we're looking for numbers that are going to multiply to 24 and add to 14. Yeah.
Does it matter if you change the 24 into the 2 times 4?
One more time, sorry?
Does it matter if you change the 24 into the 2 times 4?
You mean here, you mean?
Yeah.
Well, yes, it does, okay? Only because, like, you want it just so there's 4 terms in here. So you can, like, so you do factor by grouping like we've been doing the last few days, right? So you want to have, like, 2 on the left, 2 on the right. All right, I want you guys to try this one right now. The only way to get good at factoring is by experience, okay? So I'm going to pick, what's another good number? 48 maybe. Let's go x squared, let's see, 36. No, 48. We'll go, okay. So I'm going to hit pause on the video. I want you guys to try that right now. If you cannot instantly find out what the numbers are,